This is a story about Jeff the Killer. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, the young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling that someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There in the little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains were a pair of two eyes. They weren't regular eyes, they were dark, ominous eyes. They were bodied in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous mouth that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in a way that only a madman could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife and aimed at my heart. He jumped on the top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around trying to knock off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash like glass breaking as I came out from my room. I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out it to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes, that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits in this story, please do contact the local police department. Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work and he thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Leo couldn't complain though. A new better house. What was not too loud? As they were getting past, one of the neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son." She turns around and calls her son over, "Billy. These are our new neighbors." Billy said hi and ran away. "Well," said Jeff's mum, "I'm Margaret and this is my husband. These are my two sons, Jeff and Leo." They each introduced themselves and Barbara invited them to her son's birthday.